Hello children, welcome to your math class. Now we have already started with chapter 5, that is subtraction, and the topic for today is story problems, two-digit numbers with regrouping. Okay? So now here is one example. On an island there are 25 snails. Children, you can see in the picture here 25 snails are given. Now, out of these, 16 snails hid themselves inside their shells. You can see in the picture that some snails they hid themselves inside the shells. And how many? 16. Now, what you have to find out, how many snails are still out of their shells? Okay, so now you have to find out that how many snails are still out. They have not hidden themselves inside the shells. That value you have to find out. Okay, so now the problem is there are 25 snails on the ground. 16 of them hid themselves in their shell. How many snails are still out of their shell? Now first step you have to look that what information is already given and what you have to find out. So what is already given? 25 snails, total 25 snails are there on the ground. And second, it is given that 16 snails hid themselves inside their shells. These values are already given. And next you have to find out, and what you have to find out, that how many snails are still outside their shells. This we have to find out. So according to this information only we will write statements. Okay, so first we will write those statements whose value is already given, and then at last we will write that statement whose value we have to find out. Okay, so the first statement is number of snails, that is the total number of snails on the ground. It is 25. Yes. Now next, it is number of snails hidden in their shells. Okay, it is 16. And then number of snails outside their shells. So this we have to find out, the third value, the third statement. And for finding out the number of snails which are outside, you have to subtract the number of snails hidden from the total number of snails, that is 25 minus 16. Okay, so now we have written in vertical form with the place values 25 minus 16. Now we will solve. Okay, so here you can see first step of subtraction is first you have to see the digits at ones place, and you have to see the digit which is written on the top, that it is less than the digit which is written under it, that is here 5 is less than 6 or greater than 6. And if 5 is less than 6, in that case you already know, we have already learned how to do two-digit subtraction with regrouping, that is with borrowing. Okay, so in this case, when the number which is written on the top, it is smaller than the number written under it, in that case you have to take borrow from the digit which is written at tens place. So here the digit at tens place is 2. So this 2, it will give one borrow and it will become 2 minus 1, that is 1. So here they have written 1. Now next, this 5, it will take this borrow and it will become 10 ones plus 5 ones, and it will be 15 ones. Now this 5, it will become 15 now. Okay, now next step is, now we will subtract. Now see the digits at ones place. Now the digits are 15 and 6. Now the number at the top here, it is bigger than the number written under it, that is here now 15 is greater than 6. So now what you can do, you can draw 15 lines, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, and you have to cross out, you have to minus 6, so it means you have to cross out 6 lines. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now count how many lines are left. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 15 minus 6 is 9. Now see the digits at tens place. Now the digits are 1 and 1. So when you subtract two same numbers, it is one of the property of subtraction also, which we learn in the starting. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So how many snails were out of the shell? So there are 9 snails out of their shells. Now this is your final statement. This is your final answer which you get after subtraction, after solving. So first step is you have to write the statements according to the information which is given in the problem, and second you have to solve after doing subtraction, and third you have to write, after finding out the answer, you have to write the final statement. These are the three main steps of solving problems. Okay children, so I hope you all will remember these three steps, and if you will follow these three steps, then you will be able to solve not only the story problems of 2-digit subtraction with regrouping, you can solve any story problem by following these three main steps of solving problems.